Okay, good.
And
I'm glad.
I might have an opportunity to coach myself, and I want to learn from your.
Really? Tell me about it.
Yeah, I back in high school, I helped create the esports team over there. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice, nice. Congrats, congrats. How did that all work out?
just like continuously pushing.
Okay.
Just if you annoy them enough, they'll do it.
Yeah, sounds good. Makes sense. Okay,
hmm
so how long you been playing Overwatch?
Oh boy. Okay. From the first winter event.
Mm,
Yeah,
long
and then
time.
I played for a while after that, but playing main tank was extremely stressful, so I quit for a
Okay,
while
okay,
until the high school started, and then back going into the season 2 of Overwatch 2 is when I really got back into playing.
okay, okay. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense. So what got you back in?
Definitely just Overwatch 2. This game is a lot more fun than Overwatch 1,
Makes
and a
sense.
lot more. I love the brawl play style in Overwatch 1. It's a lot more. Well, Overwatch 2 is more skirmishy.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Now you are a bit of a everything player. At least at the time of the forums, Sigma, Hanzo, Reinhardt, Sombra. Uh, why the flexibility? What is it besides just the typical Overwatch charm that everything feels good?
Yeah, everything feels good. I mean, I mostly stick to tank, but if I want to just play some DPS and chill out for a bit, then yeah, I'll go play them too.
Okay,
But
okay, makes
yeah,
sense. Makes sense. Um, now you're plat 3 on tank as of filling this out, and tank seems to be your main role. Why is that?
yes. It just kind of always has been. Definitely mostly because Reinhardt. Just love just hitting my hammer on people, but just I like enforcing my will upon the opponent. So, and
Okay.
tank is the best way to do that.
Fair enough. Okay. It's a good mindset to have. Okay.
hmm
What do you hope to get out of the session? I hope to be able to pinpoint specific areas where I am weak so I can focus on improving those areas. So improving your tank.
hmm
What are your short-term, long-term goals? Improve Reinhardt gameplay by forcing Reinhardt in less than favorable situations. Well, you've come to the right place. Long-term, reach Diamond or Masters. Okay, so right now, what is your play schedule looking like? Average day and average week, and if you can, break down how much DPS versus how much tank and how much support, how much quick play, how much competitive. Give me the full sheet of exactly what your playtime looks like.
Sure. So through a normal day, hopefully, I usually try to wake up pretty early because Overwatch at any other time sucks.
Eh,
So like usually be like 9 a.m. Get up, play some Overwatch, and then I might like later in the day if I have time, I might just play quick play for fun.
sure.
Between tank and DPS though, it's mostly on how I'm feeling that day. Lately, it's been just focusing on tank,
Okay. Okay.
but definitely maybe right now it's probably like once twice a week DPS.
Okay, makes sense.
But
And how long do you
yeah,
play during these sessions, during these 9 a.m. early riser sessions?
mm, if it's at 9 a.m. definitely till this time usually.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you are central, so like 3 hours.
yeah.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense. And that's mostly competitive?
Yes, mostly competitive.
Okay, okay. So we're talking around 2 to 3 hours, 4 or 5 times a week of tank competitive grind, right?
Maybe like once or twice. I'm still trying to fix the sleep schedule to make that consistent.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, what do you mean once or twice? As in, uh,
uh, that schedule, it's like if I get up at 9, then yeah, I'll go play.
getting
But
up at 9 is the once or twice. Okay, and then what
yeah,
happens if you
okay.
don't get up at 9?
If I don't, I might just it's just less playtime, or I might not just play at all. But
Okay, makes sense, makes sense. So it's hit or miss there though, but sometimes it's
yeah,
like only like an hour because you slept in more. Sometimes you don't play at all. Okay, makes
yeah,
sense.
because I get off work at like sometimes I get home at midnight.
Ah,
So, and
ah,
I'm not one to get home and go to bed immediately. So
yeah, I got you. Well, it's probably hard to, you finish working and your brain's like all turned on, and then you're like, well, I'm not gonna like hit the sack and just fall asleep. That's not how that usually works. Okay,
yeah,
makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, well, keep working at that because I do think that like even for something like Diamond, you're gonna want a little bit more consistency with your play. It doesn't have to be like I don't even necessarily know that the on the average day playing for 1 or 2 hours is probably like good enough, especially if you're like focusing. But like if you're missing days, like then that's gonna be a little bit messy.
Right.
That's gonna be a little bit tougher. So like finding some way of like getting value through that, I think, or improving that, I think is gonna be the big thing for you. Okay.
Right.
Sleep, trying to get 6 to 8 consistently. Good. Glad to hear that. Keep working, and it definitely seems like you're working at that. So good on you. All right. What do you feel is holding you back from improving? Perhaps it's my lack of awareness towards my team, so I will miss timeline gauges. I also can become lost and unable to be creative against certain comps heroes. Probably that's more Reinhardt, I assume.
Yeah, Reinhardt specifically. Yeah.
Usually heavily mobile comps and Doomfist Farah. Oh boy.
And Orisa. I hate her so much.
Yeah, she is very annoying. Your matchup versus Orisa is fairly neutral, but she's just not very fun to play versus.
Yes.
So, okay. I don't have a lot of questions for you. I think you're working at your sleep schedule. You know your shortcomings of your training schedule. Obviously figuring out like your tank and DPS priority and shifting that around. Obviously maybe some months you're working on tank, some months you're working on DPS. I imagine a lot of that stuff you're probably already familiar with, the things that I'd probably tell you to do.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna open the floor to you. Do you have any questions? Anything that you want to specifically go over?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Well, do you just want to get right into gameplay?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this, mate.
Let me grab a code.
I got panicky there because a bunch of my friends went offline and online again. So I'm like, wait, they didn't patch, did they? I don't think they did. I just checked it. I don't see anything. But I'm like, please.
That would be worrisome.
Because they've been doing it so randomly recently. They did that random Wednesday patch. I was like, wait, what? Why? They never patched
let's see. I did want to get some Ryan and Sigma.
Sure, works for me.
We'll do the Savannah. We'll do Sigma first.
Okay, works for me.
Oh, oops. Where is it?
Classic. And then I go, so I'm like, wait, where's the code?
Yeah.
I actually pulled up the wrong code the other day. I was like, oh, we'll look at the Rialto here, and I pulled up the wrong Rialto. It was awkward.
Okay, there we go. I sent it to Discord.
Got it. Right. All right, we're good. Let's get this going here. Now, because I'm not streaming today, so I might be able to send you the code or the upload this evening.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. It depends on how fast I get it, but because I'm not streaming, I can get the upload started. Okay, sorry. I interrupted you. What were you saying?
You're good. I was gonna say I was trying to get good code, so they might be the best. But
that's okay. Yeah. It's kind of funny here because this isn't Reinhardt, but I imagine like playing versus the enemy composition on Reinhardt would also be one of those problematic matchups that you'd probably be curious about. And I think like thinking about it like outside the box when you're thinking about it with Sigma might be able to help you out with when you're playing Reinhardt too. So for example, like right here, how do you play versus this comp as Sigma?
Well, at least in this game, I completely just ignored the ball because I'm not killing him.
Right.
Which will come to bite me in the ass later, but mostly, I would like try to keep out the Tracer. Definitely, if I see the Sombra, keep her out.
So I'm skipping around here. It does seem like they swap off a little bit, but I think, let's put it this way. When there isn't any one hero that you need to be like blocking or locking down or controlling space versus, and by the way, this also applies to Reinhardt. You kind of need to play like hardcore deathmatch. Like, what is your shield for here?
Oh, it was for the Junkrat since he's pushed up so far.
Well, I'm not saying specifically right now, but like versus their comp. Philosophically, what is your shield for versus a Moira, Sombra, Tracer, Kiriko? Okay, what spam damage are you blocking here? What crucial cooldowns are you blocking here?
Right. Okay.
You kind of see what I'm saying? So, what is your rock for? What is your shift for? Who are you going to spam and control? Like, just go out there and play deathmatch. Go out there and play deathmatch. Okay. It's gonna feel bad, but the nice thing about it is that it also means that you're not going to be like. It's not like, oh, I walked out in the open, my head got blown off by a Hanzo. Right? Or I got hooked by the enemy Roadhog. There isn't anything there. There's no real threats to you besides Sombra hack, and there's no real. So there's just not a lot of. There's a lot of freedom with what you can do. And by the way, that's the same thing with Reinhardt here. Like imagine playing Reinhardt versus this comp. You'd spend half the map pinning around, right?
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, it sometimes feels kind of bad, but because it's like, but once you like kind of make that switch in your brain, you're like, oh, I'm free to do whatever I want. There's no range pressure, no spam damage. They're all like running around. There's no turret heroes, right? Then that's also a freedom in of itself. So just think about it that way.
Okay.
So for you, it's just like, I don't know, find a tracer. Miss half of your shots, you hit 1 force recall. Huge value.
I heard that Sombra over there.
Yeah. It's tough. Now I'm seeing here that they swap pretty fast, so But I guess it's just like it's like a good like mental exercise. What would you do if they had stayed? I will say one little detail here. Do you see what's wrong with your screen right now?
Oh, wait, is it because I'm not facing the choke behind me?
No, I think it's okay that you're clearing a Sombra. You can very quickly clear a Sombra here, right? 1 volley and she's out. I think it's worth it.
Or is it my shield?
You left your shield out, right? Now, if this was on purpose, I get it. Was it on purpose?
It's still... Okay, this was like 2 days ago, so I'm not sure. But it's kind of covering the space when I look away.
As long as it's on purpose, then we're good to go.
Okay.
Because I see what you're saying. It's like, oh, just in case, maybe block a Kiriko headshot, or maybe my Hanzo can use it to shield dance. I get it.
Yeah.
Just as long as it's on purpose. Because it might not be a bad decision, but if it's a bad habit, that's what we're concerned about.
Right, okay.
Like even here, if you just want to leave your shield, I'm down for it. Especially now that they're on Widow, right? Now the Widow definitely shifts things up. This is where like your hero actually is like has priorities, right?
Yeah, because now I need to make sure she can't get a clear fight line.
And Sigma has a good matchup, a lot of responsibilities versus immobile DPS and supports, right? Wouldn't worry too much about her, but your shots are good. I'm zooming through this because obviously it's a lot of staggering and shenanigans.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
Now the funny thing here is this actually would be where you'd want your shield to stay.
Just leave
like
it
if
there.
anything is that like here because the Widow's on the opposite side.
Yeah, I think I dropped it because it's instinctual. Or my shield's at low health. I need my resources.
Right.
So.
I see that. It was like 200 HP.
Yeah.
But this is all looking okay. Oh, jeez, dude. What is this? Holy crap.
Yeah, we hold them till overtime here, so.
Okay. Well, let's zoom through this. Wait till the going gets tough, you know?
Yeah. This was a kind of a chaotic
I think this is okay that you go for the mine there and then you immediately turn back around to make sure there's no follow-up. I think it's fine. I appreciate that you're at least thinking about, like, you know, who am I, like, enabling by turning around, right?
Right.
And now that there's a Zenyatta and a Widowmaker, I think it's a pretty important question to ask. So I appreciate... Go ahead.
The second I turn around, that Widow's taking that spot up
Exactly.
there,
So. There's a reason for that, right? So,
yeah.
But so you do turn around here. This is good. My only problem here is that, I mean, I used to do this all the time, but it's not a good cooldown trade.
The shield for the mines.
The shield and the mines, yeah.
Yeah, I'm realizing now, especially since they have a Zen, I need my shield.
Right. This is like, you also have to look and be like, what are these mines, right? They're just they're ornaments. They're not really impactful right now. If you wanted to clear mines here, maybe understandable. These mines aren't impactful, and look at what happens immediately afterwards.
Yeah, I think that I wanted to take that space.
And then now you're dead, right? Whereas you should have been able to easily disengage this fight, no problem.
Right, okay.
Keep going. This far is crazy.
Yeah.
And actually hit some nice shots too. Like that's not easy to make at all.
Oh yeah, Pharahs are really annoying for me though.
Oh, that was really good. This is really good. Good drop of your shield there, no damage, so just don't use it. Nice rock. We're back there and control that Pharah. It's good. Yeah, this is great. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but you're showing me a lot of good stuff. So the question is I would say that at least, I mean, it's a good map for a Sigma.
Yeah.
But I want to know why you're flat. This looks closer to like low diamonds from around there.
I would love to have an answer for you.
All right.
I've been working on it.
Maybe that one is why a little bit of your flat. Although you know what,
that rock was
Okay, can I be honest though? It's not. I don't mind it. As if you're a better Sigma, you hit this rock.
Yeah, it was. I sometimes I do rock and I assume he's staying on the ground. I was like, oh wait, no, that's a
It's
grappling.
fine. It's fine.
That's not
It's
how that
fine.
works.
No way. No way. No way. No
Yeah,
way.
but here's where it bites me in the ass. Not looking at ball.
To be honest, though, I don't think that's actually a mistake. I really
No?
don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, because they called that the ball is on point and they need help.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Your Mercy should have been back here to help. Like that's mostly the problem here. You need to stay and make sure that Widow, Hanzo, and Zen don't walk forward. Or not,
right.
Widow and Zen don't walk forward, because like what did you actually do here? You know what I'm saying? It didn't actually. By the time you got here, it didn't actually matter. I mean, you needed to back out, but I don't think it was a problem that you stayed where you were.
Okay.
That rock needs to hit. Stop focusing ball. Walk forward. Take space. Wall corner. And in this position, it's pretty good right here. Good corner. Be very purposeful with your rock.
I think I was aiming for far.
And you were, but this is lazy aim.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Your aim is already better than that. You've proven to us. Don't turn around here, please. You're turning around and leaving your shield, but what I would prefer you to do here is what?
Oh, play here or?
Well, just tell me.
Fight.
No, I'm giving you the.
Oh right,
the
fight
scope.
the Zen.
Right, shoot the Zen. Right, make sure that they don't get discord or they don't get damage follow up off of this, or even make sure that this Pharah is not getting too aggressively. Not exactly the biggest priority target for you, but probably more of a priority than a rolling around ball.
Yeah.
But you need to make sure, like right here, don't like this is good. You see how she's turned back and she's now looking at you. That's good. You've just quote unquote peeled for your team. I would have probably looked for the Zen over the Pharah, but I don't even know if you knew where the Zen was.
Yeah.
Retake high, retake high, retake high, retake high, retake high. Too much time on the floor. Yeah, way too much time on the floor. So you fell, and that just basically completely enabled that Pharah to do whatever she wanted.
Okay, so just keep high ground.
Hold the high ground, because it's easier to shoot squishies from the high ground. That's
right,
why.
Okay.
Maybe. No.
Nah. I should have killed her.
That's okay.
A lot here. It seems like a lot of against Pharah and Ball, especially when it's pharmacy. I feel like I can't do too much, especially on Ryan. But
you really can't. Yeah. So okay. So this is where, like, again, like you probably saw me at least part of the tank guide, right? This is where it all boils down to. You have to know your 1v1s. Who are your priorities here?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
right?
It'd be the Zenyatta and the Widow.
Right, correct. So now the Widow's going to be really hard for you to actually directly pressure, but you can still shield her sightlines, right? And if you are thinking, I'm going to really try to take a position where I can at least potentially threat that Zenyatta and Widow, and then rock the overextending ball or whatever, then that's fine. But you can see how, like, that's not always happening well. Like right now, you need to be thinking, where is that Zenyatta? Where is that Widow? You know where they are.
Yeah,
I know where they are. They're
are.
somewhere over here. So where should you be? As quickly as you can.
Shoot. Actually, I'm not too sure. Not on the left there, because I end up holding this corner, but.
What would be a position to try?
I'm thinking to just hold on the left here.
Why?
Because there's a lot of cover with the barrels and the tankers. I'm not sure what these are.
Yeah. These things. This allows you to get closer to this back line, right? A little bit sneakier, a little bit more cover, right? Yeah. But you need to be thinking about that so that you can actually make the proper positioning choice. Because you see, the problem here is because you're here, you're like, is they here or are they here? Where do I go? And so you lose track of Widow, you give her one chance, and you're cooked, right?
Yeah.
Now, I appreciate you shooting them here. Really crappy rock. But you have done a...
I'm doing nothing.
You're doing nothing. You're not controlling the Zen. You're not controlling the Widow. You peel back on the Pharah instead of just saying, you know what, guys, let's just kill these guys, right? You're gonna die, right?
Yeah.
At the very least, get a kill here, right?
Yeah.
But no. You had one job, respectfully. Shift. Ooh, scary. I was fully expecting. fine because you have a rock. You can chunk his HP, right? So it's fine.
Yeah.
Or that is also exactly what you drew it up, right?
I don't think I needed to do this, but I knew the Pharaoh was there,
It's a
so I just wanted to kill him.
4v5. Use it. Screw it. You know? The 4v5. Nice rock. Don't assume it's one until it's, you know, more than one. Yeah, like even here, this is really good. Watch this. You don't overfocus on that. You big block there, right? Big block there, big block there, then shift, right? You need to turn your shift towards the Pharah though, not the ball, right?
Towards the Pharah.
It's just it's like, okay, let's put it this way. It feels like your brain said, "Oh no, we lost first point because I put too much or not enough attention on the ball." And so the rest of this round has been you trying to compensate, but in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's definitely what it was, because I felt like I just lost the whole game because of that.
Right. But you can see exactly what's happening now clearly, right?
Yeah. Because now everyone else has freedom to do what they want because I'm on the ball.
Right. And really, who's been winning these fights? It's been a lot of Widow, and it's a lot of Zen, and a lot of Pharah, right? Neither of which have been really touched. At least two of those you can deal with. And this is fine. At this point, it's like, all right.
Can't do anything about that.
Yeah, I can't do much about that. That rock is a little brainless.
I mistimed it.
Yeah. A little brainless with your rocks. It's like you just kind of push the button. And you're just like, oh, just you know, and it's like be calculating, you know, be calculating with it. Okay, so what are we seeing so far?
Definitely need to not let like one misplay change the whole outcome of the game.
Correct. You were doing really well. I mean, to be fair, the enemy team was doing really poorly, but you were doing pretty well on first point. You did a really good job controlling those backliners. But now it's like, it feels like kind of snowballed out of control.
Yeah, and then also target priority, keeping track of who I can duel.
There are some tanks that can be flexible with that. Some tanks that cannot. Sigma is one of the heroes that is not great. Balls, Pharmacies, Tracers, Sombras, Genjis, Moiras, Lucios. You can get those targets, but if there is anything else that's less mobile that you can control, you kind of prioritize those. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, none so far.
Okay. I wanted to move through this quickly so that we can get some Reinhardt too. That work for you?
Yep.
All right. Well, this is a juicy comp to play Sigma versus. I mean, this is where your tank is the best tank. Right. So then, who do you prioritize? This is a really important question.
I ended up going for the Ashe, but
why?
Honestly, because she has the high ground, and I want to get her. I want to get her off of there.
Who has the best, most lethal position right now
on the enemy team?
Yep.
Well, I still think it's the Ashe.
I think so too. But but you also seem conflicted. With who are you conflicted with? What's
watching it back, the Ashe has the most aggressive position, but I can't do much about it other than just shoot at her and shoot her off when the Widow and Zen are on the ground.
So why not both?
Oh yeah, why not both?
You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. You look at this and you're like, okay, the Ashe is the most aggressive position, but also Widow's a threat and also Zen's a threat. So I would say screw the Zen, be respectful of his sightlines, but you can't. He's too far away. First off, and also the Widow's more scary here than the Zen. So shield the Ashe or shoot the Ashe or whatever, and shield the Widow or vice versa, right?
Right. Okay, yeah, because I end up putting everything.
Shove it right here. Shove it right here, and just shoot the Ashe or shoot the Widow.
Yeah.
And also another thing too is if you want to go. Like literally just shift out, rotate to here, and get up in her face. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I would do in Ryan right now.
right. That's what you're doing right. Because here's what we do with Sigma. We get our mindset stuck. Because I used to play a lot of Sigma. And we get our mindset stuck that this guy's like a spam tank. But remember the second word, tank. So if I'm playing versus a Reinhardt, a Zarya, a Roadhog, you know, a Ramattra, I kind of want to keep my distance. But it's a freaking Ashe. Get in her grill right now if you can.
Okay.
You know, if anything, your shift and your shield is what allows you to close the distance when you need to, right? Say, you know, sayonara, sweet cheeks, get out of here, and then from there you do what you want.
Also, like my I'm not blaming my team, but like a lot of the time, if I go on these like crazy flanks to go get somebody, right?
Yeah.
My team just dies from
Yep.
the other DPS or something, and I'm
Yep.
like, should I just keep doing my own thing, or do I have to help them now
Well,
because they have to babysit them?
what will you help here, right? What will you help? I mean, again, who's the threat? Who did you just lose your Cassidy to?
To the Ash.
To the Ash, right?
Yeah, but then my thoughts like if I go for the Ash and the Widow kills them,
Right.
because
So you got to
clearly
pick
they
your
don't know how to
poison.
play cover.
So
Like,
okay. So then we can go back and you're like, well, I don't want to go for that aggressive a rotation. It takes too long. Okay, shield the Ash, shoot the Widow. Go back to our initial suggestion, right?
right.
So
okay.
I'm offering a play to you, but if you really think that you don't have the time or capability, that's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
You know, and also you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes if you're like, okay, I might sacrifice my backline, but I'm going to kill theirs. That's okay. Sometimes that's okay.
Okay.
Do it better than their ball's doing it to yours. Like right now, I don't really perceive you as a threat right now. You're not really a threat to anybody. That rock is bad.
Yeah, I can see pressing the button sometimes.
But seriously, get up in here. Where should you be? Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask the question. Then never mind. That this opportunity presented itself, so screw it. Fine. So your Symmetra's making plays. Your Symmetra is TPing in, sending their flankers running, or their DPS running. All that kind of stuff. Good. I mean, look at this. She's deadlifting this. Nice rock. But where's that Ash? Where's that Mercy? Get her. Oh, nice. Don't. She's 1 HP. Shoot her. Stop looking at the ball. Zin's back. See, if I was the Zenyatta player, you would have been dead. I would have hit 17 headshots in a row, not missing. And then I would be juking you right here, and you'd never get the kill. Yeah. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! I can smell DPS over here. Yep, see? I knew it.
I can too. I turn around. Don't worry.
Good.
But then not
fast enough.
Yeah. Because then she gets Bob out.
And you're still shooting the ball.
Yeah.
You rock nothing. You flux panically. Panically flux, I say. Whatever word that means.
Yeah, because I was late, so they're already all there. And
right. Yes. Wow, that was hard. And then obviously a little bit late on the shift.
Yeah.
Let's keep watching. Okay, and then there's the Dio sub.
Yeah, then I go Diva.
Which is ironically like the worst tank because everything's so far away here, right? Okay, so Sigma. Before we move on to your Reinhardt, what are you seeing?
Okay, in that one, yeah, it's kind of the same stuff from attacking, or from defense. Just the ball. I need to stop looking at ball.
Don't second guess yourself versus dive heroes.
Yeah, I just stay consistent in my game plan too, because I like to play aggressive, but I don't like to babysit my team.
Well, I don't think that's the thing. That's a great analogy, though. Babysit your team. Do you know what babysitters do? When the 5- and 6-year-olds say, "Hey, you need to come, Sigma, you need to come peel with me," right? When the kids say, like, "Actually, Mom says that macaroni and cheese triple helpings is good for us," right? You say, "No, that's actually not what's better for you. Go to bed," right? That's your job as a babysitter. You don't cave to the children, right? So when you're playing Sigma and you're killing their DPS and controlling their backline and controlling off angles, and the ball is diving and you're like, "But Sigma, you need to peel for us." Unless it's like you're hitting a rock, then you need to do what's good for them, even if they don't know it.
Right.
And if you lose a few of them, this happens to me all the time. It's like coaching Diva players. What do I do if I avoid the Zarya and she kills my backline? So.
Go kill her backline.
Like, who cares? Like, kill their backline. Exactly right. Like, okay, who cares? Let them go. You know. And even if you can make the argument that like in lower ranks, teams don't know how to play around like tank string backlines, and so that maybe that they're like confused and whatever. Doesn't matter. If you keep making the right decisions, you'll end up in a rank where that's no longer a problem anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Also,
earlier,
don't just rock.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna stop bringing your laser on my rocks.
Yeah. Okay, you were saying something. Sorry.
Earlier I said enforce my will on the opponents, but it seems like I need to do that to my team too.
Yes. And you know how you enforce your will on your teammates?
How's that?
Ignore them.
Yeah. Just ignore them.
Completely ignore them. Do your thing. Do what you need to do to help them, even if they don't know it. Okay. Let's take a look at some Reinhardt here. Because I could see this happening with Reinhardt, where you're all up in the LH Cloudy, right? And then
Yeah.
you know your team is like getting traded, which is going to happen, right? You know, and then they're like, we need your shield, you need to be peeling for us on the Doomfist, right? And then you all of a sudden start second guessing yourself, and then you know.
Which this is the same DPS, so they end up going far at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I look at this and I'm like, oh, there's so much to dive here, right? Like there's a Widow, there's Cassidy, there's Kiriko, there's Lifeweaver. Now you're gonna need to be careful about the amount of spam that you take, because this comp can poke you down, but you're gonna be pinning around. You're gonna be pinning around. Like right now, if I see Doomfist and Lifeweaver over here, again, remember the nice thing about Reinhardt that makes him very myopic, like very one-dimensional to play, is that you really don't have almost any bad 1v1s.
Yeah.
Like they're just so. Your job is to identify what's the most aggressive positioned person and just go. Especially in these open maps, right? Like you could pin on this guy right here, these guys, no problem.
That's such a juicy pin too.
You could. You wouldn't necessarily kill them. You would just probably just like swing and then shield or whatever.
Yeah.
But just get them out. Screw them
force
off.
them.
Get them. Do not let them shoot through your pharmacy. Get them out. Right? You could also pin all the way over here and start beating the crap out of this guy. Right? No threat to your backline now. No threat to your Ana now. Guess where that Lifeweaver is going to be focusing on, right? And no chance of death, right? And again, is that a bad 1v1 for you?
No.
No, you beat the crap out of
them. Kill them, but they can't.
Right, exactly. That's what makes Reinhardt so easy, is that like we're always so used to like don't focus the enemy tank, but Reinhardt sometimes is totally fine too. You know, and obviously in hindsight, if you had known, pin here. Right? No reason not to. Your pin's on a really low cooldown, go for it. Now, obviously you didn't know, so but any one of these actions makes sense. Anyone, do one. Get him, sick him. Too slow.
Yeah.
Too slow. Sure. This is what makes Reinhardt so much fun, you know? You could just go all over the map, you know? It's not always the play, like these narrow choke maps, but like right now. So right now, turn your listening ears on. What are you listening to right now?
I know I heard the Doom. I remember hearing that.
Right, what else could you hear?
Can I hear the cast from here?
I don't know if you could or not, but what I'm saying is that you don't know. What if the Widow's over here? Listen. Okay, she's back there, not a problem. Kiriko's right there, not a problem. Lifeweaver's not a problem. Is this good?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because everyone else they're still backed up. He's the only one pushed in, basically.
Nobody's a threat. GG's.
Yeah.
Right? There you go.
Then I hear Cass, but
that's fine. You're thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
It's good. Okay, you're pushing on the side of your team's the leash, so be careful. I like our attention back here. Where's it Doomfist, right? But also at this point in time, you're now at the point in time where when you see this, you think you're probably going to pin back, right? But you don't need to necessarily. What can you do from this positioning?
I don't. I hold this corner the whole time.
Okay. Why? Versus who? Who are you controlling here? Here you go, right?
Yeah.
What if they all stack here? What would you do?
I should just go up there.
You could. You don't even need to necessarily like swing at them. Just like look at me like, hey, look at me. And just walk away, right?
Get them off.
You could pen through them, right? Like, you know, I mean, obviously cast screen, it's kind of scary, but like you could pen through them, right? Just to be like just remind them that you're still the alpha here. But what you're doing right now is good. You see this? Kiriko is not a DPS threat. Ashe is not a DPS threat. Lifeweaver is not a DPS threat. Good. But I guess my mindset is that like don't just control an area. Control people. Yeah. So as soon as you get your HP back, like right now, they're out. You're back. What's the next step, right? Can I remind them that I'm here? Because again, this Ashe can now just peek here, and then now you're not controlling anybody. You see what I'm saying? So you need to kind of be thinking like, okay, what am I pushing? And so for a brief moment there was a lapse in judgment. You don't do anything, nothing happens. GG. Now again, the part of the map is really hard, right? So it's not exactly like you were trolling. It's high ground, it's rough, everything about this is hard. But just think about it.
Yeah, you kind of see where I'm getting lost. I don't know what to. I'm just.
Well, okay.
standing
To
there,
be
not
fair,
really doing much,
to be
but-
fair, this fight has been lost like 30 seconds ago.
Oh yeah. Oh, as far as that spawn.
Yeah, Pharah's in spawn. Now you're Genji's dead.
Mhm.
So yeah, of course you're lost. You need to be like you need to be watching my new YouTube short, Twitch or not Twitch.tv, YouTube.tv/Spilo and TikTok or whatever. Because right here, this guy should be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Fire strike it
Through
right through it. He's cooked. All shattered. Yeah, this is fine.
I know, yeah.
What?
So I saw this. I had to look at it again.
Did she Suzu?
He got pulled. He got Lifeweaver pulled, but then also buffered his ultimate.
Oh, he got pulled. Oh.
Yeah, and he buffered his ultimate at the same time, and but on my screen he just disappeared.
Jeez.
I messed up.
I'm not gonna talk about that. Now this is where you're making the wrong mistake, or the wrong mistake. You're making the wrong choice. You're making a mistake because. Obviously, you're trying to stabilize.
Yeah.
Where do you need to be controlling right now? Where are the real threats that are easiest for you to control? Because, like we said, there are no bad 1v1s with Reinhardt, and that is true. But there is a priority list to an extent.
Yeah, and here to be that Lifeweaver and Kiriko. Right?
Exactly. They're right in front of you. They're squishies. They're in the Kiriko ultimate. Obviously, if you had Pin here, what were your other options?
Well, I was gonna say I had the right idea, but my pin messed up, and I was like, they're too far now."
Right. But you could pin Ashe, you could pin Cassidy, but the problem is that you messed up your pin and then proceed to turn around. Why?
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you should have been looking for ways to shatter, force Suzu, force whatever, and then shatter backline, right? You gotta see what I'm saying? That should have been 5 seconds ago, not now.
Yeah. Okay.
You turned on Doomfist when there were other people playing as aggressively as he was. Doomfist is a fine target, but he's not the sexiest, you know? Like, there are better targets available. I mean, again, here he's the only. He's like again here, like this is fine because in theory, what's the problem with Doomfist's positioning compared to the rest of his team?
He's the most aggressive.
Right, he's the most aggressive, so it's understandable that you focus on it. But you can also see that even though if you go for the right target, you actually still lose to a Cassidy off angle.
Yeah, or fair enough.
I don't think it's a mistake that you made, but it's just food for thought.
Yeah.
Good. Get out of here. Oh, you're dead. That sucks. No way. Nice. Nice. Yes. Thank you.
Counterattack him.
Good. Good. Keep swinging. Now BAP.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously you're low, but as soon as you get your HP back. Good. Yeah, this only works because if there's a BAP over here. If there had been just Doomfist, I would have been screaming. Right? Would have said pin on the other side. Yes. By the way, you absolutely could have shattered that.
Just the cast?
Just the cast. Snowball this, right? Shatter this right here. Confirm the kill. You guys get the free push all the way to here before they get a regroup.
Okay.
Don't be scared to use your ultimate to keep a snowball going. Because it's been like 10 seconds till their most recent guys died. Keep it going. That's like actually crippling in lower ranks. Or not even lower ranks, it's just crippling in every rank. The reason this shatter sucks, by the way, is because of the status of the fight. There's just 3 of you guys, that's why.
Okay.
Even if this lands, you still lose this fight. And then here again, like, I mean, I get it that the fight's lost, but have the dignity of killing a squishy here. Don't turn on Doom. This fight's lost. Go kill these guys, right? They're right in front of you.
Right. Okay.
There are flashes of good things, though, in your play. You have the right idea, you're just not very consistent in applying it. Kind of like the Sigma. And obviously there's some mechanical stuff as well, too. Like, we haven't talked a lot about Fire Strikes, but you could be so much better with these.
Right.
Like, I mean, what was that even for, right? Now, make a play. Where should this pin go? I know you're just generally pinning because you're nanoblading, but let's pretend they're not nanoblading here. Where should you go?
Okay, either up the stairs to the Ashe. or I can pin around the corner past the bot into the back
Mm-hmm,
line.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But if I do that, magnetic grenade,
Sure.
anti,
Sleep, right?
yeah.
So then why are you pinning? How do you pin? How do you play around that?
Oh,
Because you
I
still need
mean,
to pin.
yeah, I just pin in, but then put shield up
Yeah,
immediately.
exactly.
That
That's a
make me
really
charge
important
back.
skill, right? Being able to bait those
Yeah.
cooldowns, right? And that's huge. If you pinned in here and like let's say no nano blade, let's just say Genji, just pin in, force at least just say 2 out of those 3 cooldowns, you're still in a position to hit them with your hammer, and you've just enabled your Genji.
Yes.
And you've also enabled yourself because you're gonna get your pin back or be able to swing in them before they get those cooldowns back.
Right. Okay.
I mean, this all obviously doesn't matter that much because we're just like N because nano blade.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know where that Ashe is.
Yeah. I think I knew she was rotating around back.
Yeah. I'm saying I guess more direct action. That fire strike. Come on. Get her out. Yes. Good. It's fine. Like I don't know that I'd be throwing a fire strike here. Nice kill. But I don't know if that I would have been throwing it considering it was naded and all that kind of stuff. But look at that. You just absorb 2 cooldowns, shrug them off.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in a position to... Now, is this the right play?
No.
Why?
Because, I mean, he's in the most aggressive position, but now I just let them all walk forward.
Right. So it's like he was definitely in the most aggressive position, but not by a lot. And I would be very concerned about what this On and Bap are going to do afterwards.
Yeah, I was just concerned because my DPS was also pushed up, so it's just Mercy.
Now, the main problem here is that you've got both your DPS and spawn. That's the major problem, but yeah, just something to consider. Because the worst case scenario, too, is that they also get to push the robot while you're dying. Right?
Yeah.
At the very least, you die on card, control the backline, and so on. Now, this is also where you can predict. Where should you roll out here? 2 places. Actually, there's like 3, but I can think of 2 that I really like.
Well, actually, you're right. If Ashe was on the high ground last time, so I can wrap around the back way.
Right.
No pin on the Ashe.
Assuming
the Ashe is there.
You could pin out here and go here. There's an even better one. Watch this. Pin out this way. Rotate up through stairs.
Right. Okay.
You see this? Because this one gives you options. There's
so
nowhere that they can hide. Right? There's nowhere that they can hide, and you could still be controlled by team. The other option would be to cut it short to here, quick access to backline. These fire strikes are like painful.
I don't know. I think because Doom was there.
It's like they're prediction strikes, but they just end up either hitting the wall or just hitting nothing.
Yeah.
This is fine, but also just think about if your staging had just been a little bit better, right? Think about what options you would have had. Still questionable, Still questionable. Yeah. We're like, at this point in time, I get it, but also...
Had I already went for backline,
it
would have been... Yeah, this probably would not have happened.
I mean, look at how free these guys are. Like, really look how free these guys are. And you're screwed.
I jumped. The jump, it hurts me so much.
That's okay. You caught it. Get the bap. Where is he? Ah, no. Okay. But yeah, I think for you, it's a lot of it is your, I guess your analysis of who's playing the most aggressive at any given point in time needs to be a little bit of fine tuning, but also just simply rolling out from spawn. Where can I set up for these plays? Like really use the creative juices here.
Right.
Be creative.
I think it's because. Especially lately, I've actually tried to do that. Like on Ilios Well, you can go out spawn and go immediately right on depending which side you're on. Go right, go up, and then go all the way around. But if my team doesn't follow me, I don't do that.
Right.
Yeah, I just go back main, and I hate going main.
Sure, but at least in this spot, you know that you'll have your supports LOS, even if you rotate out through here, right? I'll be able to get healed. I'll be able to get that. Like take some proactivity with stuff, and if they don't respond perfectly, okay, GG's, But if you will encourage their response by taking the action. Another terrible fire strike. What should you do? Because you can't just pin into them here necessarily. But you could start to threaten that. Where could you set up? Pretend that you're a dive hero here. Okay?
Oh, like on the bottom left, next to in front of the Pharah. in that little doorway.
You could drop to here, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about this? What if you pinned over to here? Sat in this room.
Oh. Yeah, that could, yeah.
You see how scary that would be for them? How
Mm-hmm.
quickly you'd be able to get on top of them without having to pin into the middle of them. It's like a two-step approach, right? A lot of dive heroes have to think about that. And guess what? You're a dive hero, so you have to think about that. Any tank hero that has mobility as part of their ability to actually contest people is a dive tank.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because, yeah, I do basically nothing here.
Yes. There's an accurate description. And then you stagger.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate. So tempted. Okay, do you want to do? Okay, you know what? Screw it. Do you have Overwatch pulled up right now?
I do.
Queue up. If you don't mind.
Quick player.
Ranked.
Ranked. Okay. Let's see if this.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's just sometimes if I screen share it to Discord, it'll start to lag.
Okay. If it happens, we won't worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
Queue up. Let's go.
Is it good right now?
Sure, let's do it. Get in a deathmatch.
In a deathmatch?
Yeah, lock the Reinhardt. Oh, you're already in. As in, no, you're good.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now lock the Rein.
Mm-hmm.
Find your squishy, get on him, and try to get on him in a sneaky way.
Okay.
Thoughts on this deathmatch map, by the way?
It's fine.
That's a good way of putting it. It's fine. Our frames in your end.
Echo very well. Frames are good right now.
Okay, you're fine.
Normal.
No problem? Okay. It's a little laggy for me, but it's visible, so we should be okay.
Okay.
And it's not so much about the viewership quality so much as it is about the coaching. So even if everybody else hates it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Your session, you do what you want.
3 tracers of Winston.
This is good. More practice. You got to be accurate with your pins. You got to know where they're going. You know where that tracer's going, right? Think about it. Oh, she's going after you. Ooh. Nice.
I almost had that pin, actually.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought they were cooked. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, you're gonna have to be so creative.
I love Dorado.
So creative. All right, this is gonna be
attack.
Good.
Oh man,
Ryan.
I wish it was attack.
That's such a good skin.
I know. I love it so much.
Okay, so you're gonna start in a high ground.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna hold some space.
Yep.
Decide if it's worth giving up the position to drop and push people with your hammer. But always thinking about being creative. What are some good positions you can start? Now you get the start with the high ground here, so you get the advantage.
I wish it was attack.
I was hoping for attack too. That would have helped more of the principles we were talking about. But that's all right.
That far left side over there, we can go back up the stairs up there. I do it every time. Every time.
Mm-hmm. You have any quality voice lines equipped?
No. I got.
That's pretty good.
Marshmallows.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, there you go. That's a classic. Pretty sure that would not be edible, but that's okay.
Or safe. He's wearing cardboard with fire coming out of
That's true. Good point. Good point.
Ash,
There's a major,
like
major fire hazard here. All right. Clean fire strikes. Very precise. Yes. Oh, yes. Look at that. Nice. The greatest.
Oh, okay.
Creativity.
Where's that Junker Queen at?
Oh no. Oh, she's behind. Oh, sick 'em. Oh, she's out. Alright, no support, get her.
They got her. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, getting close to the choke here, so good fire strike. Look at them all run like rats. You see that? Just stood there and hold the shield. That's it. Nice fire strikes. These fire strikes are looking much better.
That's what I was hoping didn't happen.
That's okay.
Should've-
Not a lot you can do about that. Oh, she's trolling. Get her. Oh, she's out. All right, go to the choke. Go to the choke. Maybe get a juicy pin here, maybe?
Oh, she's up there. I can't
That's
get
okay.
her.
That's okay.
Ooh.
Oh, fire strike. All right, turn on. Win this fight here. Just careful about what's from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Nice. Maybe. Nice. All right, go back, take top.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would have pinned on that Widow there, even if she was on the floor, because she was so far back, and that queen was engaged on cart. Something to consider.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, what is she doing?
Where is she?
Oh, there she is. Nice. Okay. Do it. Do it. Do it. That's a good fire strike right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
No.
Alright, it's okay. Take a spot, take position again.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're gonna have some ults here, so think about it a little bit. They're on Soldier, no Widow.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Oh, maybe do it again. Roll the dice. Nice. Very nice. Nice job. Good. You see, for them to push cart, they have to walk into your space, right? And if they don't clear high ground first, it's very, very difficult. That's why I think this map is going to be on the short list for getting some changes, but exploit it while you can.
Mm-hmm.
Walk forward for a fire strike here if you want. Okay, well, look first if there's anything to push. If there isn't, don't push, but you can look.
Where did that Hans? I hear him.
Oh. Grab the Mega if you want to, you're right.
Wait, where? Oh, yeah,
right
it's
there,
over
right there. I mean, you don't have to, but... Okay.
Oh, trap!
Perfectly calculated. Oh, these fire strikes are so much better. Oh, no, you ego.
Should be fine, though.
I think you're okay. Hanzo dies, surely. Their tank might touch, though. Yeah, Mercy's on point. Mercy dies. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. I mean, the major difference here was not honestly, like, you did a good job, like, with the pushing stuff, but the major difference there was honestly the micro. Like, you hit so many fire strikes, so that was good. Because you could see that, like, I'm not expecting to hit every fire strike. Like, some of them were well aimed. They dodged them, right? It's not exactly the world's fastest projectile, but you really need to be like, keep your brain on. Okay, creativity time. Let's go. I think Gridiron Heart for this one.
I was thinking that too, actually.
for the type of pinning that's about to happen here, I think this definitely has to be Gridiron Heart. All right. Well, maybe a little bit of cart pressure, and then you know where you're going.
Yep.
Ha!
Shoot, I don't even go on. Oh, they left.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fortunate.
Shoot, I don't even go to the cart. I just immediately go out this side door.
I would get a little bit of cart pressure to the corner first, so that when you do clear high ground, that the cart is able to push safely. You know?
Right. Okay.
Because like your other advantage is that you're really hard to remove. So cart pressure is really good with Reinhardt, because you're so tanky, right? So get a little bit of cart pressure, and then leave.
Okay.
You don't even have to go co-side. You know, like you can go underneath their high ground.
Yeah, I can go underneath. It just
right there.
because they can hear me. If they're up here, they can hear me over here.
That's true.
If I push
That's
through
true.
here, I can go
That's
through
true.
this.
So it depends on, do you want to leverage the sneak, or do you want to? Okay, good, they're back.
Oh, cool, they're back. Depends on where they're positioned at.
Okay.
Because if they hold up there, if they hold.
Yeah, if
like,
they hold
right
up there,
in front of the
you might
payload.
want to be sneakier. Yeah.
Junkrat.
Oh, that's perfect for this play, right?
Mm-hmm.
The more spam in the choke, the more value this gets to leaving the choke.
Is it?
Then, yeah, okay, you can leave. You can throw a ping as well, that helps. Hey, your BAP's following you. All right.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Now
Oh,
you
they're
could
already out.
Yeah,
Cool.
you could chill a little bit too, because cart's moving for free. They're not even contesting. Nice.
There you are.
Huh. Did you see? Like, you take high ground, so you basically just life hack right onto the DPS. They didn't even know you were there.
Yeah.
Like, just immediately. I think about that with like the New Queen Street middle bridge, right? On the, you know, like the high ground there we're talking about. That's the kind of thing that we're thinking about there. That position allows you to do what you just did there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions?
No, I think I
Okay,
understand everything.
So let's make a short list for improvement here. So we've already talked about Sigma. Let's talk about Reinhardt. And it's interesting that it's kind of similar for both. For you, micro and macro. Let's start with the macro here.
Okay.
What do you see? What did you see?
Okay, before we get this, just could you run a definition for macro and micro real
Sure.
quick?
Just the big picture, positioning, setting up with Reinhardt. What did you need to work on?
Okay, need to work on like staging, definitely picking my target quicker.
Staging,
Um
target, control, or push quicker.
yeah, and being a bit more creative in certain situations. Especially when those times I get lost, there's definitely places I can go.
Absolutely. That's a skill that you can practice. What else? Micro. Huh. In terms of the details, cooldowns.
Just having consistent fire strikes.
Consistent fire strikes, right? You have the mechanics, at least to perform, right? What was it? Yeah, the pins were fun. Yeah, pins were fun.
Yeah.
HP management was pretty good too, I think. At least considering your plat, like, you know, it was better than it should have been at your rank, right? Just think about your fire strikes. Like, you saw how impactful your fire strikes were there that game. So impactful. Not always going to be that impactful, but they have the opportunity to be if you actually put the emphasis on them. I think it's never good to be lazy with fire strikes, because especially with Reinhardt, there's so few mechanics that you have to think about. It's really important that you do get the ones that you have correct. Because otherwise you're messing up. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Oh, shield management was fine, right?
Yes. Okay. To be fair, it wasn't very relevant in the maps that you were playing.
Right.
It will probably be more relevant in other games. So
yeah.
I would say it was fine, but you also weren't really put under any shield pressure, to be honest.
It wasn't super important in those either, but also I'm trying to play my life a bit more too.
Exactly. And it's like every hero. Like, there's going to be times when your fire strikes are going to be put under more emphasis. Like that comp right there. Very, very slow heroes. Very important that you hit your fire strikes, right? The more heavy spam, you're going to have some issues with shield management, right? Versus these dive comps, your pin accuracy and knowing where you're pinning is going to be important. Every skill is going to have its time, but it looked okay given the fact that you weren't under a lot of pressure.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, so keep in touch with how stuff is going. If you have any questions, you can message me anytime.